Mackeogh here from the Underground. I just want to talk to you a little bit about circadian rhythm and your meal timing. So two very, very important lifestyle aspects when it comes to being anabolic and burning body fat. So anabolic just means kind of building muscle, and of course then there's fat burning that goes along with it. And you can kind of do both at the same time. It's a little bit difficult, but really by trying to get your hormones into a good natural rhythm, you can have a little bit of both. So I'm just going to discuss, there should be like an inset picture there of the circadian rhythm, and it should look like a circle going around, and that's going to start at the top when you wake up, and that's just going to be one day cycle flowing from one into the next, okay? And how you actually find a regular routine is going to be extremely important in terms of getting into shape kind of fast. So it's always tough for people like in doing shift work, or who kind of work late nights, or just work different hours, and it's just completely unscheduled. It's difficult for them to get into a routine, and it is a big disadvantage. Okay, so the body loves routine, hormones love routine, and as you read in like the other sections, it's all about getting your hormones into like the right rhythm, so that it's actually working on your behalf to burn body fat and also to be anabolic to build muscle at the same time. And that's really what getting into shape is all about, building muscle and burning body fat. So as you can see, when you wake up, you want to wake up and try and eat almost like kind of straight away. And that gets your metabolism going in the morning. Also, your cortisol should be kind of relatively high in the morning, and that's actually to wake you up. Okay, but cortisol, of course, does break down muscle tissue for energy. So if you tend to skip meals, it gets you into a process called gluconeogenesis, which is breaking down proteins to make the glucose, the sugar that your body is kind of craving in the morning. So that is muscle catabolism, that's breaking down muscle tissue, which of course we don't want. We want the opposite. So it's important to get a good source of protein in the morning. That's why it's the kind of the standard of kind of having eggs in the morning is great. The best actual proteins, the best amino acids you can get are actually found in meats. So the actual perfect meal when you wake up in the morning is steak and veg, but of course that's going to be difficult for people to kind of handle. But you are looking for a protein source, preferably some sort of an animal protein source in the mornings. So do try and eat as soon as you kind of wake up. And then from there you can see that we are trying to eat every kind of 3 hours. Now that can be a snack, it doesn't have to be a massive meal, but you are trying to space out your meals. That is just really according to how long it takes you to kind of break down food, and it will give you that kind of sustained energy for that kind of period of time. So, you don't want to go anything past kind of like maybe 4 or 5 hours without eating something, or else you will get into that sort of hunger process again, that sort of cortisol process, and that low blood sugar. That you're not looking for like a drop, you're looking for like a sustained lower level of blood sugar throughout the day that you're going to get from eating like smaller portions of sugars, but with proteins and fats and fibers eaten on a regular basis. Okay, so we are looking for that gradual line all the way through the day to be dropped off about kind of 3 hours before bedtime, so that you can get into like a fat burning state. So as you can see, you do take those meals 3 hours, every 3 hours or 4 hours, and then you do drop it off. It's a good idea to drop it off before bedtime, like 3-4 hours before bed, so that your blood sugar levels will be like a little bit lower, and then your body will switch into fat burning mode a little bit easier. Now as you are doing high intensity training here at the Underground, growth hormone should be definitely more prevalent in your system. Growth hormone is extremely important to stop catabolism while you're asleep. So if you have enough protein in your diet and high growth hormone levels, your body will always to some degree start to break down, start to atrophy muscle tissue in order to make the energy that you're not getting in while you're asleep. So you can minimize that by increasing your protein intake and by doing high intensity training like you are. So that's the growth hormone that's responsible for lowering that effect while you're asleep. And that's pretty much the cycle that you're trying to get into. You're trying to wake as soon as you get up, eat every few hours, and then kind of drop off before you want to relatively go to sleep on an empty stomach, but you don't want to be hitting the bed hungry, okay? Because that hunger is ghrelin, that's a whole different hormone response, and you just want to eat just in time so that you don't get that response before you go to bed. But it is a good idea for you to wake up hungry so that you do eat immediately. So eat immediately when you wake up, try and eat every 3 to 4 hours, and do drop it off about 3 hours before bed. You are going to get in the nutrients from antioxidants from the different vegetables that you're eating, sulfurous veg, colored veggies, and also the amino acids from the different protein sources that you're going to eat. So as you can see, when you are asleep, The first 4 hours of your sleep cycle are going to be your recovery phase, your main recovery, muscle recovery and regeneration. Going on from that, that's when you go into your rapid eye movement, your REM sleep, and that's going to be most of your detoxification cycle. So it is very important that you stay asleep for that, 6 to 9 hours, so that you can detoxify kind of fully. That is some partial reason why, sometimes when you wake up after a choppy night's sleep, you're up a few times, you do kind of feel a little bit groggy. Not only because you kind of missed out on your main kind of recovery and rapid eye movement, but you didn't kind of fully detoxify. So you do need to put the head down and not wake up until the alarm goes off. So the perfect sleep is about kind of 8 hours all the way through. So another little tip for that would be to not actually drink fluids that close to bedtime, because then you're just going to wake up and need to go to the bathroom throughout. So that sustained sleep all the way through is very important. Now you can see where recovery starts to branch into detoxification there. You've got the 4 hours going into the 4 hours in detoxification. If you were to wake up, let's just say 2 hours into your recovery, now obviously it's not this simplistic, but if you were to wake up 2 hours into your recovery, it almost might kind of kickstart the whole recovery process again, and it could be 3.5, 4 hours before you get into the detoxification process. And it would make your recovery quite choppy. So that's why sleep is just massively important to anybody looking to do anything physiologically beneficial, whether it's build muscle, burn body fat, get stronger, get fitter, whatever it is. Sleep is of major importance, and we all know that. So it's really just kind of to get an understanding of exactly why. And it is because of that recovery and that detoxification process. The detoxification, of course, is massively important to fat burning, because you need to detoxify, because it's those toxins that are causing that chronic inflammation in your body, which is kind of shutting off fat burning, and it's just kind of leading to a lot of chronic illnesses over time. So knocking that out of the park is going to be massively important to your overall health, and it'll all go hand in hand with kind of fat burning and muscle building as well. Okay, so that's the deal. We've all heard kind of have 5 meals in a day, so it's kind of 4 or 5, and that's really just to kind of space things out for your metabolism. And that doesn't mean small meals, that means kind of big metabolic meals. Lots of protein, lots of fiber, and lots of fats. Okay, so I'm Patrick Mackeogh again from The Underground. If you have any questions at all, you can email us or else just contact us through the Facebook page. Thanks for watching. Thanks a lot.